Cole Palmer is the best in the world currently. He really is, and I'm tired of pretending that he's not. I can't sit there, watch this guy every week with my eyes, and lie to myself and pretend anyone else is better. I can't. I can't do it, all right? Vinicius, midweek, he was incredible. Yesterday in the El Clasico, did nish, right? Whereas I'm watching Cole. Some of the things this guy's doing is a joke. And look, today was a horrible watch. As a Chelsea fan, we got the job done. That was a stressful watch, and it wasn't helped by another bald nemesis we've collected. It feels like we're collecting these guys like Infinity Stones at this point in Simon Hooper. I thought it was atrocious. Either way, though, Cole Palmer is the reason Chelsea have won that game, and no reason other than that. I mean, the goal is one thing. He takes it well. Could Pope have done better? Yeah, maybe. But that driving forward, just smashing it near post, very similar to his finish against Brighton for his 4th goal in that game, which he's already done this season. But the pass he plays in that first half, and some of the skill he was doing in that first half, you know that Nottingham Forest turn, people were debating, oh, was it a fluke? Did it come off a Nottingham Forest? No, it didn't. You know it's Cole Palmer. It's not a fluke. He's trying to do it. He did it like twice in that first half. It almost felt like a message to anyone doubting him whether he meant it intentionally in that other game. He basically went, yeah, I did mean it. I'm going to go do it again to other players. I'm going to do it with a nutmeg. Like, he is just exquisite. He defies the modern footballer. When you look at the modern footballer, a lot of the discussion tends to be around the stats, but then sometimes it takes away from watching that player. There'll be players with outstanding stats. You know, Haaland's had criticism for it, myself included, to be fair, but you look at it and you go, wow, the numbers are incredible. And you watch the player and you go, unless he's getting De Bruyne to put him on a plate, there's a lot of games where I don't really see him. You know, that happens. With Palmer, he defies that because the guy can have an incredible game, be man of the match, and not contribute at all. But he does contribute so much anyway. Like, he is just a ridiculous player. Over 40 contributions for Chelsea already. He's been here like a year. Basically a year and a month. Because he signed at the back end of the transfer window last year. Like, what a player we have, Chelsea fans. It is a joy to watch him every week. It's a joy for neutrals. I can't see how you watch Cole Palmer and not just be in awe of what this guy's doing. Like, that pass for the first goal is obscene. You can count on one hand how many players play that pass. That is a ridiculous pass. Like I said, some of the turns, that counter-attack was brilliant. But yeah, Cole Palmer at the epicentre and the reason Chelsea won today, quite simply, because we were not good. I was not happy with the performance. It was sluggish. It was slow. It was lethargic. It was sloppy. It was not how good Maresca's Chelsea side can be at all. Far from it. But they got the result. And that was a must-win today. That was a big, big win. A big 3 points. Because we actually hadn't won the previous 2. As much as we've been singing the praises of this Chelsea side. Because we can see the positivity. We can see the development. We can see the progress in the right direction. And we can see a gaffer that we're all kind of buying into. You know, when he speaks, we think he speaks sense. We think a lot of his substitutions are proactive and they're sensible and they're correct. Like, I really like Maresca. But at the end of the day, if you go and not win for 3 games and then you've got United away, you've got Arsenal, it becomes tough. People start looking at it differently. They go, oh, we've only won 1 in 5 or something like that. Today was a key win, an important win, and one in which we got the job done despite not playing well, which is a good thing because we managed to do that against Bournemouth, and it's something the last 2 years Chelsea have really struggled with and not been able to do. But we have got that done. Like, I think Noni Madueke had a really poor game. I thought Neto was bright. I saw some criticism towards Neto's second half. Maybe towards the end he started tiring, but he was a bit unlucky with that chance off the post. However, I thought first half, yeah, in terms of how he set up the goal was brilliant. Not just Palmer's pass, but the way he burst past Dan Burnt, who Jackson had on the spin multiple times. I thought Jackson was excellent, by the way. I know he came off. I didn't really see why he came off, and could cause a bit of threat. He could have had more. We'll get into that because there's a lot to talk about in that second half. But Jackson, I thought first half was exquisite. I thought the way he had Dan Burn on toast was ridiculous at times. But yeah, I didn't think Noni Madueke really impacted the game enough. But we've done enough. That's what's important. Defensively, though, we do need to have a little talk. And it does stem, ultimately. I'm not going to blame the goal for him, but this keeper he's destroying me, guys. I can't lie to you. He is absolutely destroying me. My heart and my blood pressure are through the roof. For 5-6 years now, other than 1 year of Mendy, I had peace. I had peace with Mendy. For a year, Chelsea fans, we had peace. We had a goalkeeper with arms and legs, and they worked, and his brain worked. But aside from that, since Courtois left in 2018, we have had stress. And this keeper is just stress. In the first half, there was like 3 passes alone. He set up Newcastle's attack. Just like giving it to them. Inviting the pressure, waiting for someone to close him down, then playing a crap pass. It's like he's trying. It's genuinely like he's trying to cost us points. And he will cost us points. And he's already cost us points. And he will cost us more points down the line. That is what Rob Sanchez does. He might have the odd performance in him. I don't care. I'd love to see this Chelsea side with a proper keeper. And I'm not absolving blame of the defence because I thought the defence were poor a lot of the time today. We were easy to get through, particularly in that first half. Second half, Reece grew into it because I thought he was really sloppy on the goal, leaving his man. I know Isak looked a bit offside, but it doesn't matter. You track him. You've got to track him. Even if you're playing at left back, you should know your duty is to track that man. I thought that was poor on Reece James's behalf. And I expect more from him. Not just because I rate Reece James so highly, but also because as a captain, you've got to set the example. And you're not tracking your man. That's atrocious. That's poor. It's not good enough. Second half, he was a lot better. There was a number of times he blocked a header from Isak. It cleared one off the line. I don't know how Isak didn't score when he rounded the keeper. Fofana looked shaky at points. It was not a good defensive performance. I don't feel calm when we're trying to defend. Like, old Chelsea sides, like growing up, we were spoiled anyway, right? But when you had Ricardo Carvalho and Terry, and I'm not comparing our partnership to that in the slightest, but what I'm saying is the level of confidence a good defence gives you, and like a good keeper behind them. And I think that's also at the crux of it, bear in mind. I know that they're defending poorly, but I also do think psychology plays a big part in sport, right? Like put it this way, lads. You're playing football, you're playing with your mates. We all know the mates that are shit, don't we? We all know the mates that are shit. And when you're playing against like your friends or whatever, it could be like five-a-side, it could be anything. When they have a shit player, you're in your head, you're already up here, aren't you, confidence-wise? That is how it works. I know it sounds stupid, but on that level, it will be the exact same. Like if you're Newcastle or any team playing Chelsea, you know that keeper's crap. You know that keeper's crap, and you know he'll give you a chance. And equally, when you're playing on the same team as that person, you're very aware that they might cost you as well. And that can throw you off. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not absolving blame for these defenders. I'm saying I've seen Rudiger and Christensen and all those guys look atrocious with a Kepa behind them. And then when Mendy was in form and everything, their confidence grew and they got better and the defence got better. I know Tuchel's system obviously did a lot for that. But even under Frank, they looked, when Mendy came in, a little bit more solid than they had been. Like the prior year we kept, like, it makes a huge difference psychology-wise and just on the pitch. Because on the pitch, Sanchez gives teams chances and he gives us nerves and he gives opposition teams confidence. And that is something we need to eradicate. That has to be something we need to look at. How bad can Jorgensen be? I know we've only seen him in Europa. I haven't seen anything really bad from him. Surely you got to give him a go. You got to give him a go. And if he's worse than Sanchez, then fuck me, we're really the mud keeper-wise then. That is insane if he's worse than him. That is absolutely insane. And if not, you have to be getting a new keeper. That is genuinely the most important thing Chelsea can do next summer. The most important thing. I know they've signed a young one. I don't think he'll be ready yet. Obviously, keepers tend to peak at a bit of a later age. He is going to cost Chelsea so many points. So many points. And I'm tired of keepers doing that. I'm tired of Kepa letting in 30-yard screamers that weren't screamers. Chelsea need a good keeper. We've seen it. It's not like this isn't something we've not been exposed to. We've had Petr Cech. We've had Thibaut Courtois. These are some of the best keepers in modern years. The best. The very best. We know how many points that gives you. We know how much help that is. Like I said, even Mendy for that year, because he was decent. Everyone else was just better around him. It does make a difference. And yeah, did we deserve to win today? Don't know. I really don't know. I wasn't happy with the performance, put it that way. There were enough chances. Mudryk should have put one away. I thought it was poor, really poor finish. Nice work from Nkunku and Palmer there. We had a penalty given at the end and then revoked. Look, that penalty would have been really soft. It would have been incredibly soft. But I'm surprised it was overturned considering he does grab his shirt. Like, is that a clear and obvious error? I don't know. It was very soft, but that ref was the amount of times they went down and got fouls for things that weren't fouls. There was one bit where Nkunku nicked it towards the end, which hopefully would kill the game there and then, and he gave a foul. But just numerous times we were not given anything, and they were giving everything. I'm not blaming refs because we won the game at the end of the day, but that added to the frustration. That gets your blood boiling even more. But we did get the job done. I actually think Caicedo had a good game again today. I didn't think he covered himself in glory on the goal, nor did Reece, nor did Lavia. But I actually think Lavia and Caicedo, Lavia actually set up the goal. He got a really nice toe to it. Colwell did well as well for that, for Palmer's second, the second goal that Palmer scored. But yeah, I actually thought those two midfielders did have a good game in general. But it was stress. It was stress defensively, lads. Oh, God. And what I would say is, I want Cucurella in the team. I want Cucurella in the team. Look, you're bringing Reece back, and that's fine. If you want to play Reece at right back, play him there. And if you want to give him a rest or whatever, you play Gusto at right back. When Cucurella's fit, Cucurella plays at left back. That has to... I don't want to see Gusto at left back or Reece at left back going forward. I don't. I haven't been happy watching that the last 2 games. Well, not 2 games, with the Europa in between. But that's incorrect, actually. I enjoy watching Cucurella at left back and number 8 and number 10 and whatever he does. Cucurella has to start for me. I said it in the last video, aside from Gvardiol, there is not a better left back in the league. So you got to use him. He's got to be playing. You go Reece at right back or go Gusto at right back. Whatever you want to do, Maresca, but do not put one of them at left back when you have Cucurella there. It doesn't make sense. For Liverpool, we tried it because there was no Cucurella. Today, it didn't make any sense. I felt we were very susceptible down that side. That's kind of where Reece's lack of tracking came from. But there was a couple of balls over the top as well that were exposing us on that side. It didn't feel comfortable. Today was not a performance we're going to look back at and rewatch. I don't even know if I can completely enjoy the highlights of this game. But I enjoy the 3 points because they were big. They were really big. And we have to go away and beat United. And then we've got Arsenal. If you draw, it's not a disaster. But if you win, you're laughing. You're really laughing. That put us in a good position this weekend as well. Because we've seen Villa drop points. United drop points. Spurs drop points. I mean, if you want to consider Brighton, they drop points. And we won. So we gained some ground. And we gained some momentum. That's so big. So I am very happy with the result. Not so much the performance in general. But I am very happy with Cole Palmer. That guy, it doesn't matter what's going on around him. That Liverpool game was such a shock last week because it was just like, Cole didn't really do anything. What? What on earth am I watching? This guy every week is doing things that the best in the world do. Like, he's just, mate, he is on another planet. He really is on another planet. It's such a nice thing to have. And this isn't even me just talking as a Chelsea fan. I think Anucci would completely agree with the fact that he feels so different to current modern footballers where it has become so stat orientated. And you've got this guy trying things. Like that pass, it's just trying things. Or like the spins and the turns that he's making. He's just trying little bits. Even for the penalty, the little flick he does to Nkunku. Like, the guy's just out there having fun. And you have fun watching him. He's someone who gets you off your seat. And there's not that many players, I feel like, now do that. Like I said, what Haaland does is incredible, the amount of goals he scores. You can't deny it. You can't deny pure metrics, of course. But you don't get that joy watching him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he scores 5 and you're like, that's insane. The guy scored 5. But you don't get that feeling that Palmer gives you. That excitement where he'll pull something off where you just think, actually, Haaland scored a really good goal midweek. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but you get what I mean, right? In terms of like running a game, I don't know. Like, a lot of wingers can be, it's a bit robotic. And there's nothing robotic about Palmer. He's just fluid. The guy is like, he's like liquid anyway. He's just flow state at all times. No pressure, doesn't feel a thing. Just flow state. He is just zen with the world, having a kick about with his mates in the park. That is how he plays, and that's the feeling he gives you. And it's a wonderful thing to watch, and it's a wonderful thing to have at our club because it won us the game today big time. Next we've got Newcastle again, this time away in the Carabao Cup. We'll probably heavily rotate for that. Hopefully we can win it. But look, if you said to me before this game, you win today or you lose in the Carabao Cup, I'd have taken the win today. I'll be honest. The getting top 4, getting Chelsea back under the lights in Champions League is the most important thing to me this season. And a trophy would be really nice. Like, win that Conference League and come fourth. Really decent season. We can build on that. But getting back in Champions League is where Chelsea need to be. It's where Chelsea belong. This is a big win in order to do that, so I'm happy in that regard. We'll see what happens there, but United next week. Give us another 3 points, Chelsea. Better performance would be nice, but 3 points is what matters. And let's go mud those Gooners. Let's go beat them as well. And then we're going to be very happy with where we've been. This is going to be a testing month. We knew it would be. Liverpool away, Newcastle, United, Arsenal. Let's see how we do. And so far, not that happy with performances in general, but today is a big win. Let's see how the other ones go. Keep building momentum. So let me know what you think of today's game. How frustrating was that? I still feel rattled. I feel rattled that we've won. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one feeling this. Maybe everyone else felt like we were a bit more confident than you're landing on. I felt more confident defending. I don't know if you did. I certainly didn't. I felt very stressed watching that game. Anyway, let me know what you think. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. It lets YouTube know it's the place to be. It's the Chelsea place to be. It's your place to be. Up the Chelsea.